Hey everyone, we've got a significant multi-day severe weather outbreak that's continuing through the rest of this week and into the weekend. We're talking about strong tornadoes that could be on the ground for long periods of time, widespread damaging winds, some reaching hurricane force at 75 to 85 degree inches in diameter. On top of all that, we also have a serious flash flooding threat. So in this forecast, I'm going to walk you through everything day by day so you know exactly what to expect right outside your door as we go through the rest of the weekend into the weekend. And guys, if you find this information useful, make sure to hit that like button. Seriously, it helps a ton. The more likes we get, the more people see this video and get informed about these severe weather threats. Also, share this video so it reaches as many people as possible. And of course, subscribe to the channel for the latest updates. Now let's take a quick look back at yesterday because it was rough. We had a nasty squall line stretch from southern lower Michigan all the way down to Texas, bringing a lot of damaging winds, but that wasn't all. We also had those prefrontal supercells firing up in eastern Arkansas, western Tennessee, and Kentucky. Those storms produced some powerful tornadoes, and as of now, there have been at least 27 tornado reports. And let me tell you, that number is definitely going to go up as damage surveys continue over the next few days. The bad news, we're not done. Today, we've got another enhanced risk for severe weather across a lot of the same areas: Northeast Texas, Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, and western Tennessee. So from Texarkana up through Memphis and even into Nashville. We're looking at another level 3 out of 5 risk today. Then tomorrow, that threat shifts slightly, but still affects Texarkana, southeast Oklahoma, Little Rock, Jonesboro, and parts of southeastern Missouri. And as we move into Saturday, the focus shifts again, bringing enhanced risk into East Texas, Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, including Pine Bluff and parts of western Mississippi. Then on Sunday, April 6th, we'll see a slight risk of severe weather moving into Alabama, Georgia, and northwestern Florida. So what's driving all of this? Well, take a look at this massive trough sitting over the western U.S. This is what we call a long wave trough, meaning it moves very slowly. But here's where things get interesting. Watch what happens up in Canada. A new trough is developing south of Hudson Bay, and by this weekend, it's going to dive south and essentially push our long wave trough eastward, supercharging it and making it even more potent. The good news? While it's going to bring several more days of severe weather, once it fully moves through early next week, it should finally put an end to this multi-day outbreak. All right, back to today's risks. We're once again under an enhanced risk of severe weather, level 3 out of 5, in a wide area from northeast Texas and southeast Oklahoma, stretching across Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, and western Tennessee. That includes cities like Little Rock, Memphis, and even down into Pine Bluff and Texarkana. Now let's talk about hail. This is going to be a big deal today, with some storms producing 2 to 3 inch diameter hailstones, especially from north central Texas into southeast Oklahoma, much of Arkansas, and parts of western Tennessee and Mississippi. And of course, there's the tornado threat, which is very concerning. We have a 10% hatched risk area, meaning a significant chance for strong tornadoes, EF2 or greater, covering northeast Texas, Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, and western Tennessee. That includes cities like Jackson, Clarksville, Nashville, Memphis, and Greenville. If you're in these areas, you need to stay weather aware because some of these tornadoes could be long track, meaning they stay on the ground for a long time and cause major damage. The tornado risk isn't just limited to the south either. We could see tornadoes develop all the way up along and east of the I-35 corridor, stretching from Dallas to Washington, D.C., and even into southeastern Pennsylvania, Virginia. Wind damage is another major concern, with gusts of 60 to 70 minus possible, especially in that yellow shaded area stretching from Maryland and Delaware back through central Texas. And the driving force behind all of this? A cold front colliding with warm, unstable air. Look at these dew points. Deep greens indicate moisture levels in the 60s and even low 70s, which is fuel for severe storms. And when you add in high storm energy, up to 5,000 joules per kilogram in parts of Texas, that's why we're seeing such a significant hail threat. So let's time this out. This morning, showers and storms are already developing in the southern plains. As we move into the afternoon, storms will rapidly intensify, especially across northeast Texas, Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and western Tennessee. These storms will have the potential for large hail, damaging winds, and strong tornadoes. This evening, storms will continue to strengthen and expand eastward with supercells developing in central and north Texas that could produce very large hail. By midnight, those storms will start lifting north into Oklahoma, and by early Friday morning, they'll be impacting the Red River Valley. And this pattern just continues. Friday, another enhanced risk level, 3 out of 5, again targeting Arkansas, southeastern Oklahoma, and northeast Texas. Unfortunately, places like Little Rock, Jonesboro, and Texarkana just can't catch a break. The biggest concern for Friday? Strong, long-track tornadoes, especially in the same areas hit on Thursday. And then on Saturday, the focus shifts southward into Louisiana, East Texas, and Mississippi. Greenville, Natchez, Pine Bluff, Shreveport, Baton Rouge, these areas are going to be in the danger zone. By Sunday, the risk shifts to the southeast, with cities like Montgomery, Atlanta, and Pensacola in play for severe storms. But the good news? A cold front will finally push through and end this severe weather streak by early next week. That said, we're still looking at some significant rainfall totals, with parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley, Arkansas, southeast Missouri, western Kentucky, and Tennessee getting slammed with up to 6 to 10 inches of rain. Flash flooding is going to be a major issue. Looking ahead to next week, a big pattern change is coming. A ridge will build out west, meaning warmer temperatures for the western U.S., while the east cools down significantly. Some areas in the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley could see temperatures 20 to 25 degrees below average. And check out Monday morning, what a shock to the system. Teens and 20s across the northern U.S. and wind chills close to zero in places like Minnesota and Wisconsin. Even the Northeast will be feeling it, with morning temps in the 20s from Maine down into Pennsylvania. Looking at the hair model, things really start kicking off around 5 to 6 p.m. That's when we'll see strong, discrete cells developing over northern Mississippi and western Tennessee, with even more storms firing up over Arkansas. By 6 p.m., things get intense. Some of these cells are showing signs of large hail and potential tornadoes. If you're in western Tennessee, far northern Mississippi, or western Kentucky, this is when you need to be extremely alert. As the evening progresses, this entire system will strengthen, stretching from Michigan all the way down to Arkansas. We're looking at a full-blown severe weather outbreak with tornado warnings expected to light up the radar. By 8 to 9 p.m., we'll see these discrete tornado-producing storms merging into a larger storm line, but even then, tornadoes will still be possible within the main line itself. The worst of it will keep moving east, hitting western Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio through the night. And let's not forget the hail threat. It's widespread. The hail potential stretches from Arkansas, southeastern Missouri, and southern Illinois, all the way into Indiana and western Ohio. Large hail is very likely, so be prepared. For those of you wondering about tomorrow, here's what we're looking at. Another round of severe storms, and once again, the risk for strong tornadoes is still on the table. The highest threat zone tomorrow includes areas from northern Louisiana stretching into parts of the Ohio Valley. Wind speeds should calm down slightly compared to today, but damaging gusts and large hail will still be concerns. Now, the real wild card here is flooding. This is turning into a massive flood event. Some areas are looking at anywhere from 7 to 17 inches of rain by the time this system is done. The worst hit areas will be central and northern Arkansas, southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, and western Tennessee. If you're in or near these regions, expect major flooding. This is shaping up to be a once-in-a-generation flooding event, or at least that's what they're calling it. Honestly, with how often we've been seeing these extreme weather events, once in a generation is starting to lose its meaning. At this rate, it feels like it's happening every other week. On top of all this, we still have winter weather to talk about. A significant swath of heavy snow is expected across the Dakotas, central and northern Minnesota, and parts of Wisconsin. Some places could see over 9 inches of snow, with the highest elevations getting even more. Meanwhile, parts of Colorado, New Mexico, and northern Texas might pick up a light dusting of snow as that cold air interacts with lingering moisture. Looking further ahead, that cold blast we talked about will be at its strongest around April 7th. We'll see temperatures dipping into the 20s across the northern U.S. with 30s and 40s pushing into the south. Wind chills will make it feel even colder, especially across the Midwest and Great Plains. But don't worry, it won't last long. By mid-April, we should see a significant warm-up again. All right, that's the latest update. If you're in the high-risk zones tonight and tomorrow, stay weather aware, keep an eye on watches and warnings, have a plan in place, and take this seriously. So make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you in the next one.